Okay, so quickly going through the whole code. So we have included the Wi-Fi.h header file. It is responsible for all the communication through Wi-Fi. Then we have defined our constants, which these are our variable constants which we are going to use. So sensor, the pin number which the sensor is connected to, LED which pin number which LED is connected to, SSID of my Wi-Fi, password of my Wi-Fi, host. This was taken from the website that it was provided with the key, private key. So host uh, address, then my private key, then there is the uh, placeholder, or you can say the header of function, system send event function. So that compiler not gives an error. Then there is void setup. This is a setup loop, setup function. So void setup, we start the communication with the computer through serial begin, and the baud rate is 9600, and again telling that the baud rate should be same over here and in the terminal. So now pin mode, it tells that the which pin, what is the function of pin, either it is input or output. So we tell that the pin mode sensor pin is input because we are going to take input from the sensor, and pin mode LED output tells that this LED, this is the output pin, it is the output. Wi-Fi begin SSD. Okay, so now this function Wi-Fi dot begin, it is like serial begin. Serial begin starts the communication with the terminal, and thus the Wi-Fi begin starts with communication with the Wi-Fi router. So it tells that the Wi-Fi router SSID, which is its name, and we have saved over here, and its password which we need to connect. Okay, so what after this, the connecting to the Wi-Fi takes time, so we have status of Wi-Fi, either it is connected or not. If it is not connected, it will stay in the loop. If it is connected, then it will exit the loop. So while it is not connected, it will just delay and print dots, so that you will know that it's trying to connect. If your password is wrong, then it will definitely will stay in this loop and keep on printing dots, so you will know that either your SSID or your password is wrong. Then there comes the serial print, empty line, and then Wi-Fi is connected, tells that the user that Wi-Fi is connected. Okay, so this is the main loop, void loop. It will run indefinitely. So in this loop we are reading the sensor value is read, and it is a digital read. Digital read means that you will either read 1 or 0, and that is stored into the output. If it reads 1, that will be in 0 output, and if it's 0, it will be in output. So if we compare, in the here we compare, if output is 1, meaning the sensor has detected fire, so print fire is detected, and print LED, make the LED high. Digital write meaning that it will either write in 0 or 1. So digital write LED high meaning 1, so turn on the LED, and send event fire detection, and it will call function send event and give it a parameter fire detection. We'll comment that later. We'll look at other possibility. So if the digital reads 0, so this all will be skipped, and we'll just LED low, loop will continue indefinitely. Okay, in case where we detect fire, so we print fire is detected, we turn the LED on, and we'll call this function send event and give it a parameter fire detection. And here's the function send event. This is and it receives a constant char event, which is fire detection, receive over here. So when this function is called, it will print connecting to the host, the website we are working through, IFTTT, that's the host, maker.iftt.com. so it will print and tell the user that it is trying to connect to the host. Then it will make a class, a function, object of this class. is a Wi-Fi client class. We are connecting to the server as a client, so we'll use the Wi-Fi client class, and the object name is client. Can be anything. We have used client. This object have multiple functions to communicate with the website, so that's why we have made an object. And then comes the HTTP port 80. This value is 80 because we are communicating through the HTTP protocol. So HTTP uses the port 80. It is constant, so constant in 80, and it will not change if you are using it HTTP protocol. So it's pretty much the same. And now we are trying to client our object dot connect, the function which tries to connect to the server host. So we provided a host and the port through which it has to access. So port 80 because we are using an HTTP request. So client.connect host, which is the IFTTT, and port 80 because we are using HTTP protocol. So if it connects, it returns either true or false. If it connects, it returns true. If it doesn't connect, it returns false. So if it connects, so this will be skipped, and if it doesn't connect, it will return false. This condition will be executed because there's a not sign, so it will print and prompt to the user or tell the user that connection is failed, and return what the return does is it skips everything and just ends the function. So function will be ended, and we'll come out of here and continue the loop. Okay, in case when we are connected, we'll build the string. Okay, so this is a string. This is a URL we have to access. This URL contains trigger, event, which key we are using, private key. So this is a URL we are accessing. So we are building it. So that string we have made an variable URL, and first store a trigger string in it. Then we added event from here, which is this file direction. This was the event. This was added in front of it. Then we are added with key. The plus equal sign actually it adds in front of it, not replace it. It just adds in front of it. So after trigger it added event. After event it added with key, and after with key it added private key, which is stored above. So after making, this is our URL. So after making the URL, we'll get the request. We'll push the request again. So print line, it will print means send data to the, or send data to the website, and it tells website that get data from URL this with HTTP protocol 1.1. This is our request, and which host we are accessing is host name of the host. The host is a variable store. It has the host address. Then comes the connection close. It tells that after doing this, close the connection automatically. Okay, so client print, it was this command sent to the server. Now server commands are sent to the server, and we have to wait for server response. So this while loop with a delay, wait for the response. Client is connected. Until the client is connected, it will continue. This loop will be executed again and again until the client is connected. While the client is connected, if client data is available, it will check whether there is any data available to read. If data is available, it will read string unit until the /r sign, meaning end of the string sign. It is the carriage return sign, and it means that when you write and go back, so it will read until it encounters /r. Whatever it reads, it stores into the string variable named line, and print that line to the serial terminal or serial monitor, so user can read it. If there is nothing to read, so it will delay. It will wait for if there is something to come, because a connection takes time, and receiving and sending data takes time. So it will wait until the data is available. When data is available, we have already told the server that disconnect on completion. so it will automatically disconnect. So this while loop will be terminated, and we'll come over here, we'll print on an empty line and say closing the connection. And this is just a safety measure that if in case there is any other connection, so it will stop that. Either the connection is stopped because we have left the loop, so this is just a safety measure.